This is Joshua Hawk, JTH Boxing. Today I'm here in Sheffield. I'm joined by Adam Smith. Adam, first of all, great to see you here.
Thank you.
What did we make of tonight's boxing?
I loved it. It was absolutely brilliant. Great to be back behind a mic. Fantastic to be here. Izzy is a new, engaging, passionate promoter, and I like what he's doing. I've heard a lot about the shows. I bumped into him at an event last week, and he said, "Do you fancy it?" And I thought, why not? You know, it's a chance to see some of the up-and-coming stars. I love that. I love grassroots. I love watching stories develop. Some really good fights. A European title. Working with Spencer Oliver. Working on Talk Sport. It was great. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I got the opportunity, and absolutely loved it. I thought it was a fantastic night. Great production. Wonderful assortment of stories, fights, knockouts, and one or two controversial things I thought as well. I thought that the Shaq Thompson fight should have been stopped a lot earlier than it was. But yeah, look, I loved it. Stevie Levy's a great story. There's some fantastic stuff going on, and yeah, I was really pleased for Izzy for his production. His night, I think it's his 7th or 8th. He's got a lot of big plans, and yeah, it's just nice to be part of it.
And obviously, not just talk about tonight and being back on commentary, but just how good is it just to be back around boxing in general? Obviously, you had a year of hell, but you're back in good health, and more importantly, you're back being able to watch the sport you love. How good is that?
Thank you. That's a really nice way to put it. I've been to hell and back, and it's been really, really tough. So, I'm lucky to be alive. Every morning I wake up, and I think every day is precious now. Very different perspective on life. Very much closer to my 3 children. It just changes you, doesn't it, when you go through a big setback? And it was very aggressive cancer, and I had a real bad time after the operation, and months in hospital and chemo, and I won't go into all the details, but it was really rough. I'm cancer free. I don't think I'm 100% yet. I sort of I couldn't walk back in June, July. I mean, I had to really sort of learn everything again in a way. But I'm walking really well. I've got tubes, I've got a stoma. There's things that you've got to, handicaps that you've got to deal with, but I'm alive, and that's the most important thing. And I'm back, you're right, seeing a sport I love, behind a mic, around familiar people, and I think when I pick up a mic, I just feel in a safe space. I love it. I just call it as I see it. I've never thought I was the best or any good, or I just do what I do. I just love it. I'm passionate, and I hope people enjoy it, and if they don't, they don't, but I love doing it, and I'll always love doing it, and while I've still got a voice and a mic in my hand, I'll be honoured to do any event.
And when obviously the announcement was made that you'd be commentating tonight, obviously I'm not sure if you saw the reception from social media, but people seemed to love it. Everyone was so happy to see that you were back. And obviously, while you're not the man in the ring or the face that's being shown, it just shows how iconic of a voice that you have, and the way you've guided British boxing through some great fights over the years. Just how special was it to see the reception that people gave you when it was announced you were going to be back?
It's really kind. It's quite emotional, really, because you get a lot of criticism in this business, and I've been head of boxing at Sky, and you get shot at for not making the right fight or whatever, or your commentary's not this, or you always get abuse, I guess, and that's part of the business. Nice to get a little bit of some nice stuff. Yeah, look, as I said, I'm pleased to be back, and I'm very grateful to people out there. If they want to hear me, that's terrific. And there's some amazing commentators out there, and as I said, I've never thought I'm that good. Ian Dart was my absolute hero and idol, and I ended up working with him. I think he's the best commentator I've ever worked with. But I just do my job. I think what I have got is passion. I love what I do. I literally love the fighters, probably too much. But yeah, it's something I've been doing since I was a kid. On a dictaphone, commentary and me have gone together. I think it's probably because I was no good at sport, but I was very good at watching it. And it's not just boxing. I watch everything, and it's just been the biggest passion in my life. So to have the opportunity to go again, I think it was 15 months after the women's show at the O2, because that was great. That was a show that I'd really worked hard to get on Sky. Clarissa and Savannah, and Michaela and Alicia. It was just a great night, and yeah, women's boxing was just a massive thing for me at Sky, so that was great. So to sort of finish on that in a way and start again now. But yeah, look, I don't know what the future holds. Let's take one day at a time. Love to do some radio. I think that's a big aim for me. I'd love to work closer with the sportswomen and sportsmen and really help them and maybe help that transition into life after. That's an area that I'm interested in. But yeah, if people want me to put a mic back in my hand and you know, give me an event to call, whether it's you know, a sort of relatively smaller one like tonight. I didn't think it was small. I thought it was a big field show. But you know, anything. I've done charity boxing. I've done, you know, the elite world level boxing, Floyd Mayweather and those guys. And for me, every fighter that gets in the ring deserves incredible respect. And yeah, I just love it. And yeah, I think tonight has just made me realise how much I've missed it.
Adam, like I said, it's great to have you back. Just want to get your thoughts on a few things. Just tonight during the show, we got an announcement that Haney versus Garcia is signed, sealed and delivered.
Okay, wow.
April 20th,
wow.
Live on the Zone. There's no location yet.
Okay.
But a great fight.
Yeah, I love it.
A lot of people were doubting. Is this the first time you were hearing of it here?
Yeah,
now?
First time I've heard. I've been literally switched off, haven't I, all night. So that's brilliant. That's a great.
What's your thoughts on that?
Just another. I just want to see great fights. I want to see fights where there's characters, where there's stories, where there's a little bit of needle. You know, back to the Froch Groves days. People don't know who's going to win, but you know, there's a bit of hype before, but it's good hype. It's fun, and I've just seen young Morgan actually. He was in the ring walk, wasn't he? And then with the belt at the end. That was great.
He's just loving life, isn't he? He's just loving life.
Just loving life, isn't it? It's just brilliant. What a great story, mum and son. Yeah, brilliant. Look forward to it. There's been some incredible matches that are being made, and just only got a phenomenal lineup for the year, and really exciting stuff ahead. And Surf Sky, you know, the big show in the end of March with Fabio and Fraser, and I hear that Florian Marco's on with Chris Congo, and yeah, so there's some really good stuff to look forward to. We've had Boatsi Aziz, we've had the Michaela Mayer fight already, and I know Eddie's got big plans this year, Eddie and Frank, so looking forward to it. And as for Frank and George, I mean, they're just going from strength to strength, aren't they? George is putting them all together, and he's working magic. The Sauerland's putting on good stuff. It's just great. It's great for boxing. And look, GBM Sports having a team photo in the ring. Yeah, it's nice. It's a lovely feel, and I wish them well.
Obviously, last one I want to get your thoughts on. Obviously, I know a lot of people already asked you about this, but Fury versus Usyk.
Yeah.
While it's off now, it's not fully gone. Just a small 3-month delay. It might feel like forever because just how big of a fight it is, but it will come around quicker than ever. If I was to push you on how you think that fight plays out, how would you see it going?
Do you know, I've dreamt about that fight. I've played it around in my head so many times, and I think Tyson's is too big for him, and he's not going to get near him. Then I think, no, Alexander's going to get inside, and he's going to get in a rhythm, and it's going to make it really difficult. And if Tyson's is anywhere near as awful as he was against Ngannou, but he can't be as awful as that, because Tyson Fury's great. And Tyson Fury's got so much skill, and there's just something about him that I think I think it's a tight fight, and I've played it around so many times. I get the sort of swing towards Alexander a bit in the last few months, but you know, write Tyson Fury off at your peril. But that was a bad cut, and let's hope it heals properly and well, and it doesn't reopen in the build-up or on the night itself, because it was nasty. It's a quick turnaround, May, but look, it's just a great fight. And it's a fantastic one that we want to see, and I can't pick it.
Do you feel the 3-month turnaround is enough time, or do you reckon if you were the one in that position, do you reckon you would have delayed it a little bit longer? I would
have liked June or July, to be honest, but I think May is. Look, if Tyson's happy and Tyson's camp are happy, that's all that matters. Because I'm not there. I don't know. From what I saw, the cut looked really bad. But look, I'm not a doctor. I'm not in the Tyson Fury camp. If they think it's right, then we're good to go for May. We as fight fans just want to see the best heavyweights in the world in a unification, in the first one for a quarter of a century. So let's just enjoy it, and it will come around quickly. You're right.
Adam, I'm going to let you go now. Thank you very much for your time. It's great to see you back, and I hope to speak again very soon.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.